making that. All right. So give it your full eyes and ears.
So also, anybody, if you're interested in creating videos, I can also show you, I used a free program to create this, and any of you can learn how to do it. There's YouTube videos to show any of these things, how to do it, and it's super fun. So if anybody wanted to learn how, I can help you with that too. So here we go. And I'll pause it for the titles. Just a second. I'm gonna make it a little louder. Did you guys hear that, or should I replay it?
Yeah.
I wanted to hear it.
Do it again.
All right, hang on.
That's good.
Okay.
We're in the game. Excuse me?
Good job.
Somehow, I don't know how, I think we got like sucked into the game. And we become the avatars that we chose. The characters we chose, we all have certain skills. Okay, this is what I'm good at. Playing video games. It's what I do. It's literally the main thing that I do.
How's your running away?
I guess I just wanted to do something special for you.
Okay, so that first capacity was...
Emotional.
And how many of you are familiar with the Mantis character? Okay, so she actually is an empath, right?
Yes.
So she's very emotional and in touch with other people, and in the movie she can actually control that with other people. Can you think of any other characters from any movie whatsoever that might be along that emotional realm? You guys think of some?
I forgot, like Wanda or the witch. The witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Wanda.
Wanda.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, what he says.
I don't know that.
Is she really emotional?
Yeah, she's really emotional when his died.
But
Like,
And when her kids died.
well, she cared about her kids, yeah, but she was kind of cruel to other people.
Right?
Well, the point of this is also to let you feel and understand your own capacities. Where in your life do you feel you're a more emotional person, or are you a more mental, intellectual person? And that we'll come to shortly. But how many of you are able to express emotions very easily? Are you self-aware about that? Some people don't even realize. Yeah. You are, definitely. And that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all, what are our capacities and how to harness them in a way that helps us constructively.
Breathing.
So in the case of Mantis, that's actually her superpower, is that emotional strength. So, all right, now on to Imaginal.
Why, if I had a brain, I could while away the hours, converse with the flowers, consult with the rain.
But when I came to, I had a revelation, a vision, a picture in my head. This is the key to the future. I'm limited by the technology of my time. But one day you'll figure this out. And when you do, you will change the world.
That was Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
That was Iron Man.
that was Imaginal. So what did all of those characters have in common?
They were all very smart.
Yes, but there was something else.
When he said, I
They
had
were
a
all
vision.
dreaming big.
They're all dreaming of something that could happen.
Yeah.
So they were all picturing the future in their heads. Awesome. All right, ready for mental?
Some of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles
So how much is this thing gonna run?
Oh, well, seatbelts $49.95 minus 15%. Jackets $589.99. Pants $285.99 minus 10% for both. Unfortunately, the shirt's not on sale. I can knock off 5% from the $69.99. The shoes were just marked down from $155, so you're looking at $1,042.68. I'm pretty good with numbers.
Seriously. Paleontology, what does that even mean?
Study of fossils, I think. That's kind of cool.
Right. How about those characters?
How many of you can resonate with that? Anyone of you? I saw Duncan going up.
Yeah.
Good with numbers?
No, it doesn't have to be just numbers. It just seems logical sometimes.
Who here has math come easy to you? Like, oh, that's pretty easy. So you get that?
I've got some good math.
So sometimes it's just the way that it's explained. A lot of times in the movies, you have like those super math wizards, which I don't think it's not very common in real life. These are all fictional characters, but even in real life, there are some people that that's their strength.
And it's also thinking about the systems of life, of the ecosystems, of computer systems, things that are complex that you can really get into and understand them. So it's not only about numbers, in that space.
And it's the sciences too.
Yes, all the sciences, biology and physics and
It's like when you open up a computer and you're actually diagnosing, checking every little part. Are you using your emotions at that time? No. You're using your mental capacities, purely mental, right?
Yeah.
And you're opening it and making it go, taking it apart and actually
Analyzing, yes.
Analyzing.
Yes.
Thank you for the word. Mary.
It's the facts and figures that really light you up. And and for some people they don't care. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and you're really excited about it and they're just kind of like, yeah, they're not really getting it? If you've ever had that happen, that is you excelling in your strength, and they might have a different strength. Versus the time when you're explaining something to somebody and they're like, yeah. Have you ever had that happen?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you both probably have the same strengths. So, and both happen in life all the time. So it's recognizing the different areas and yourself, but also the people that you interact with.
And you can have more than one, by the way. So
Yes,
you look at this,
absolutely.
think about it.
Physical capacities.
Strength, karate, tai chi, aikido, dance fighting. Dance fighting? Is it even a thing?
Okay, that last one was an interesting clip, and I actually I showed this to my husband, and he said he didn't really get that last clip with you have Iron Man, who physical strength was not really his strength, but can anybody say why, anybody explain why I might have added that clip? Do you know?
It's like mental strength, he didn't like stop.
He's got the mental strength, absolutely. But there was something he was doing in that clip that's more on the physical realm. Does anybody know what that is? Do you know?
Heavy lifting?
He was doing a little bit of that, but again, he needed the suit to make him physically strong. There was something he was doing during the entire clip. Do you guys know?
Building.
He was building. And building is actually in the physical realm.
And moving, constantly like doing,
Yes.
making, building, yeah.
So yes, he is very mental, and you can see that throughout the movie, but he's also a builder. and he's also imaginal. So,
Yes.
does anybody know, like, if you're familiar with the character, does anybody know the piece that he probably could develop more?
Physical strength.
No, because he can build his suit to
He
do that.
found a way to get around that. What area?
Emotional.
Yeah.
Right,
Emotional.
that's true.
His connection with people was sometimes, he was a little off-putting sometimes.
And sometimes when you don't have that strength, it's not the end of the world. You get other people, right, and empower them. Hey, you have that strength, you have this strength, let's all work together like a team, and you have all the strengths together.
Like his wife.
Right?
His wife played the role of kind of his emotional partner.
So it's finding what you're good at, and the areas that you're maybe lacking, you can develop them, but you can also find other people that can help you compensate or help develop that so that you can do the things that you want in this world. So once you've determined your own strength and you have your team, whoops. Sorry.
Now which way do we go?
Spencer, do you even know where we're going?
Play a game like this is going to be levels. In order to finish the game, you got to complete all the levels. The levels are going to get harder as we go along.
So we talked about putting all those elements together and sometimes using the strengths of other people so that it's that integral self-preneur. In that last clip, which area was Gru missing? Emotional, definitely. So he was definitely a builder. He was able to make his inventions. He was able to imagine what he could do, and he definitely had that mental piece, but emotional, not so much. So all of us have room to grow, and so today we're going to be doing a quick recap of last time, and we're going to spend most of today working in our groups to work on our projects.
All right. Okay. So, and just remember, whatever you saw here, make sure you associate it with what you did last time, and that's what the recap will help you. All right. So, Mary, are you going to go next? The recap?
Sorry?
You're going to the recap next?
Yes, I want to, we're going to do whirlwind through what, because some of you weren't here last time, and so we want to recap what happened, and Priya, help. Oh, actually, so this is something we'll do, asking them to integrate what we're doing into. So in this paper, okay, when we get to it, but meanwhile, you can hand it out and then I'll explain it.
You should ask for that.
Oh. And you can tilt it differently. All right. Where are you? Session 4. We only have 3 more. 21st, 11th, and 18th. And last time we talked about what we wanted to do in the next weeks, which are so limited now. Oh, I did that same thing. How do I get rid of that? Okay. Just go back on. 3, so it should say session 4. So it's there on the cover on file. There we are, week 4. So, thanks to the wonderful videography, because we know that learning is more about seeing and experiencing and gameplay. So we're gonna get as fast as possible into the gameplay part of our breakout teams. And I just wanted to clarify what we're gonna do next week and in the final week. We've made a shift in our plans based on what you guys shared last time, which is we're gonna make it completely optional to pursue the Self-Preneur mastery level. So I'll describe what that means. And then we'll have really a full hour of Team 1 and Team 2. We're combining VR Game and Thrive World because there's so much intersection in those two teams, but then people can break out from there to work on the individual parts of it. And then we'll do the whole share. So come back and share with the other team what progress we've made, and then the flow reflection. That's what we feel is very important, is that time to regroup and reflect and give us advice about how do we do it better next time. So based on your advice from last time, we are in groups now, and these two groups are gonna be more digitally enabled because of they're already in the digital world. The groups that are, the people doing the food and hydro kind of have a choice. If you wanna be part of the Self-Preneur, it's gonna be online. We're not gonna do worksheets anymore. So think of that as we go through this. So food group, food team, are you prepared to have something for us for a party? It's Laura's team, right?
Yes.
And today is when you put together your budget and your plan, so we can resource that, so everybody can appreciate what you come up with. And then for the other team, what we'd love to do is be able to demo what the Thrive World looks like and kinds of games that can be played in the Thrive World. And then the 18th is again gonna be an optional. We want the food team to again come maybe another iteration of their food menu. And then the game team presenting. Now, and we also wanna make it sure, if some of you aren't comfortable presenting, that's okay. But people who are pursuing the Self-Preneur certificate, we wanna see you be part of the presentation. That's part of where you get your sort of, you get your check mark that you participated in the team. So I'm not gonna go through that because that was kind of last week's discussion. What were we gonna accomplish? Last week we also did avatar design, and I didn't make any scans of your avatars, but there were some really creative ones. Using magazines and drawings and explaining why it meant something to you. And then this was fun. We went outside and did snow prototyping. And its pictures didn't come out as well as in person, but we had, the food group had, what was this, chicken wings?
Chicken wings.
And then the blue was?
Like,
It was water.
Oh, water, like drinking water. I think that green is a salad.
Yeah.
And what was that one again?
Sauce.
The sauce for the chicken wings. So that was really cool. We had, and the shadows were starting to hit this one, but it was moonscape, no, the galaxy, right?
yeah, it was just different planets around space.
Yeah, and look at like popped up like floating and then colored, and that was really a really cool. Oh, we forgot this one. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but what is it?
Monkey.
Monkey playing the VR headset.
Playing in the green is kind of like the VR headset, right? And then above it was a green screen with, what was in there again? The moon?
Showing what?
Yeah, that's right. It was showing what the monkey was looking at in their VR, and it was like, oh, you can go to the moon when you have VR tech. So that was cool, and these aren't easy to show in snow, but now we can move beyond the prototype in snow and go into creating a more tangible prototype of actual food and actual gaming. And so this is what, we went through and we understood the 5 areas, and I thought the video was an excellent way to get to know those. We did the avatars, and what in each of your folders, for those who want to continue to develop your Self-Preneur, these are just descriptions of yourself in each of the quadrants that get reflected in the avatar. By the way, this isn't any one of you avatar, it was from a prior example. But the idea is to put the words and language around and expression of your avatar in all those areas that express you, and have a motto mission statement that says what you want to do with all of your gifts and talents and strengths. So this one said, old people deserve love too. And this person wants to spend their future helping old people. And that's beautiful. So we did the vision board. That was actually from the last, second week. And we talked about the polling, the interest in the Thrive world. And you guys asked some really great questions. Yes, it's a social interaction space, real time. And yes, you can engage in a protected way. So someone asked the question, how do I protect my data? Katie was saying that, about if I have my name or my email address or my actual address or my phone number, and it's like, no, you don't have to use any of that to play in Thrive World, our version of Thrive World right now. And because it's specifically designed for young students. And I did the same thing again. Let me see. Okay, so we talked about who wants to play in that world. And what we'll go ahead and the 2 teams that are involved with it, we'll go ahead and pursue the next step of working in ThriveNet Lab. Now, did anybody here get into the space and play around at all?
No.
Not at all?
I forgot to.
Forgot to, but do you think that would be a nice goal?
Yeah.
Because you took on the sheet, and for those who are doing Thrive World as their project, that's going to be really important. And then we talked about what was awesome and what do we want more of. More constructive play in the snow. Everything around us is joking and playing. Designing and creating with technology, some of you said, designing and creating food. So we have different interests that we're going to satisfy by breaking out into teams soon. And then we talked about flow level, and we used the little thumbs up, thumbs down, and to see how did people feel about the time that we spent together. And the general thing is, when we're not talking up here, it's much easier for you guys to get in flow, right? You're doing, you're being, you're creating, you're socializing. So that is in fact our goal for you and us. And we, this week I had 2 conversations with the partners who are leaders in personalized learning and unleashing kids to run their own learning process. And they love what we're doing here. They said there's money to help build this system out, this platform out, so that every kid can participate and have this opportunity to explore themselves, build themselves, and not be lectured at, right? So that's why we're building the system. And one thing I want, hang on, Duncan, one thing I wanted to ask, as we have Hayden, why do I get confused, you and Caitlin? Filming, and we have filming by Lily here too, because what they're asking us to do is show how you guys are doing and participating in the development of this. Then they're like, oh, you mean kids can be creators of this future? We'll put money into that. And so I just wanted to tell you, anyone in this group who comes up with a game or a learning experience to be used inside of Thrive World for exploring ourselves and building our career paths and our interests and our talents, you could actually get a monetary award at the end of this or in the future as well. So think about that. If you wanted this to be your future, and I know some of you are interested in it, think about how you're going to create in this space and contribute to that. Okay, so I mentioned before, we're going to have a choice of opting out, and you can also opt out of presenting. But why would you want a certificate? Why would you want to go after it? Well, what I just told you, one thing was it's a very in-demand career to be a self-directed learner who knows how to run a project plan and how to present it, because guess what? That's where money flows, is to people who have a good idea and they can communicate it, a plan for how they're going to build it. And you can start your digital wallet right now. By the end of this, in the next 2 weeks, we will have a digital wallet where your certificate and everything you demonstrate as a self-preneur can be put inside this as a portfolio permanently for you. Not for the school, not for us, but for you to keep growing and building your set of competencies and record of that. Why? So that you can actually show it to internship opportunities. You can show it to your college of choice that you want to go to. You can show it for getting access to a job. It supports your entrepreneurial pursuits. And of course you can be recognized by the school. We're going to put anyone who becomes a self-preneur will be in the what do you call it, the wall, the mastery wall of EIC, both in labs and in virtual on our website. And that we're talking to the high school level about this. They're very interested in how to give credit for CTE, which is Career Tech Education. By next fall, every high school student is going to be expected to pursue a career and to do some development in their areas of interest. So we're already set up to be doing that for everyone in whatever area of interest they want, not just what might be available at the high school right now. So is that interesting?
Yeah.
Do you guys have questions about what that means? Any of what this possibility is? Does it inspire you? Yeah, I see some nods. Nodding, yeah. Hesitancy. I hear some people nod so. So, by the way, Robert, I put your certificate up here that was going to be from last session, had you been able to present, in the last day. But how we're going to change that now is, even if we had a snow day on January 18th, if you videotape your team presenting your idea, your prototype, that can serve as one of the criteria. I don't know why I keep doing that. And so here's the list of things to achieve a certificate. And you've already done all of this. All you need to do is pick 3 areas of interest for development, create your portfolio of what you've done already and in your project, and then do some reflection around it. Then the project team is basically what I said, a videotape demonstration of you contributing to the team. Some video or written reflection on your strengths and how you contributed, a reflection on your favorite aspects and what you want to continue doing or not doing. And talking about the flow process within the team. So, were you productive, creative, and having fun doing it? So this is all about becoming a self-reflected, developing self-developer. And it's not hard to do some of this, so I think it should be relatively easy if you wanted to join the fun of earning the certificate. And there's 2 ways you can kind of showcase yourself. One is in the Thrive Town, or Thrive World, there is a gallery space for every student. So you can come in here, and so this one is about me. My name is Mary Albert. I'm up here being a cheerleader, teacher of the kids as they're talking to each other and learning. So this is kind of what we're doing here in the class. And then this is two intellectual scholars talking to each other, thinking about solving world problems. And so that's, you know, basically you put what your ikigai and your vision board and all that into a 3D space to show who you are, what you're doing, what your goals are. You can also...
Mary, it's 12:30.
Oh, 12:30, okay, good, because we're just about to wrap up. This is Jane Doe portfolio on Google site. So you can create your own brand, your own website with showcasing all the projects you're doing and your Self-Preneur journey and your Thrive Lab story. So that's kind of like the reflections about it. These are the 15 areas. These are starting certificates for NFTs. I don't know if you guys know about NFTs, but they're like little, who knows about NFTs? Yeah? What would you call it? What would you say it is?
Pictures.
They're like pictures that are unique.
Photos that you can buy.
And you can buy and you can sell, right?
It's a digital asset.
It's a digital asset.
Or a digital, basically anything which is digital, your talent that you can showcase digitally. And you can sell it. You can barter. You can do whatever with that.
So the difference with competency-based NFTs is you can't sell it and you can't pay for it. You have to earn it. But once you earn a badge, like think of this as a permanent record of the fact that you proved that you're a level 1 physical capacity building physical health, vitality, and well-being. That you demonstrated all the features and qualities of that, and it's now permanently in your wallet, in your learning wallet for the rest of your life. And you can show it to other people. So that's what we mean by accruing your digital wallet of NFTs. And then, okay, final thing I'm gonna leave with you and in your teams or by yourself if you want. This is the culmination. This is the synthesis. Okay, have a look at your sheet, the second one. Okay, so have a look at this sheet. This is basically an attempt to synthesize everything we've done so far in the Self-Preneur and add in critical success tools that you can yourself figure out how to overcome your obstacles and become in flow consciously. So I'm just going to show you my model, and then we're going to let you go. Whoever wants to be a part of it is allowed, can pursue it digitally or on paper if you want, or you can choose not to. But I wanted you to know this is an internationally recognized way for supporting your personal development and your growth. And so what you do is you take, what's my top role? Which quadrant do you think you're the strongest in? Put R1 there with a star. What's your secondary strength? R2. And so I put it up here because I'm mental, I'm an engineer, but I've over time become more and more imaginal, planning the shift in education, transformation. So I'm playing up here a lot, but I'm also now over here with Thrive Lab and trying to demonstrate it physically with you guys. So you can see how over time you can build all the assets. And I work with people like Laura and Priya to help fill in the aspects that I'm weak in. Then here's a beautiful magic formula for us to figure out ourselves. Go into the center of your circle. Circle your first, what you typically respond to a situation. Somebody tells you something surprising or something happens. What do you do first? Do you think? Do you feel and react and go, oh my God, that's horrible? Or do you think for a minute before you react? Or do you act before you do any of those? Do you just like run away if somebody says something that you don't like, right? So as you circle the one that you're strongest in, then the next thing is, where do you tend to get stuck? And as you can see, I put my X over here in field. Why? Because I have a good idea, I have a vision, but I get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh my God, nobody's gonna like it. You know, I'm not good enough. and I get all self-deprecating. And that shuts me down from moving ahead. And so what's my healer? This is what the green smiley face is. That's your healer. You need to use this one to get the loop going again, your flow going again. And so when I act, I go out and I talk to the people who I want to partner with, and they validate me. It's like, oh, I love what you're doing. Really? Oh, thank you. Or I go for a long walk in the woods, and I get clarity, and I get inspiration to move and to act. So that you all can do this on that page. And this is one of those contributions to your portfolio, but it's also one of the things you can have for life to help you through your challenging times. Does anyone have any questions about that model? Is it helpful? No? Yeah? Did somebody say yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Thank you. I need validation sometimes. Okay, so now it's ready to go and break up into our groups. And the groups can decide if they're gonna go outside and you know, we have a lot of snow out there, so I don't know if it's gonna be easy. And not a lot of you are wearing like boots. It was hard even last time, right? So is food group where are you gonna